Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Trudograd with me, BringItDon. So I had to make one change to my build, because I had selected Supersonic Fist, that only works with martial arts, and we're going melee weapons, not martial arts. So I had to redistribute those 5 points. And I also got rid of Adrenaline Rush, because it's very circumstantial. You have to have less than 50% health in order to gain the benefit. So I put those points into First Blood instead, so that gives us a plus 2% to critical chance and damage for every action point wasted on moving this turn. As a melee build, we will be running around a lot. Now for the 5 points from Supersonic Fist, I put mostly into survival. I grabbed Felsher, so medicines heal plus 1% HP for every level until the bonus reaches 30%. My current healing bonus is 22%. I grabbed Deep Pockets, which gives us 22 kilograms of carry weight and 22 points of health. And I grabbed Fast Learner. Get 1 extra skill point for every level. And with that, we should be ready to rock and roll. Here's the whole build. Our melee weapon personality build. And in we go. We'll be playing on Expert, mode for experienced players. Saving it only outside of battle, you get less experience, and harder to avoid random encounters.
Attention, Major. Everything you are about to hear is highly classified. We choose you for this briefing due to your activities in the Central Waste 2 years ago. The information about the asteroid you delivered upon return from Krasnoznamenny greatly agitated the Central Command. Our science teams did not reach a solid conclusion, but all of them agreed that the potential impact of the asteroid would be devastating to all life in the wastes. This is why Central Command organized a special research group with goals of studying the nature of the problem and finding possible solutions. For the last 1.5 years, the best minds of Atom worked on this problem. Now it seems that, despite the current state of science and technology in the wastes, a solution has been reached. East of the Central Waste and our base of operations, there is a city called Trudograd. Once it was home to a special strategic manufacturing facility, the Inverter Factory, which was ran by a certain Professor Goryachev. As you know, Trudograd survived the war much better than most cities and towns of our motherland. Thus, it is possible that the facility still stands or even operates protected by the city walls. This facility is very important to our cause. Before the war, it was used to manufacture an experimental electromagnetic propulsion device, the RR-1 railgun. According to top-secret documents we uncovered during our research, this invention of Professor Goryachev was able to deliver special polymer-based projectiles straight into Earth's orbit, or even further into outer space at tremendous speeds. If this information can be trusted, this device might just happen to be humanity's sole chance at destroying the asteroid before impact. Your mission is to venture into Trudograd, find Professor Goryachev and scout out the inverter facility for any traces of the RR-1 railgun. If the propulsion device will be found, we will take it from there, securing entry and spotting it to HQ for further study and usage against the asteroid menace. Good luck, Major, and let there be Atom.
That ties into the original campaign story as well. Which, if you haven't played or watched...
You're sitting in a small clearing in front of a blazing campfire. The autumn forest surrounds you, and it creaks peacefully in the dead of night. The air hangs heavy with the promise of snow and the beginning of winter. The fire crackles softly with the branches that you feed it, enchanted by the darting, dancing flames. Crackling wood and the hiss of boiling sap are the only sounds in your tiny campsite. With a sigh, you stretch your back and gaze over at your surprised guest. He's a short fellow, hunchbacked and raggedly dressed. He emerged from the tall trees about an hour ago and asked if he could warm his bones by the fire. Surprisingly, you disregarded your hard-earned knowledge of the wastes and agreed. Now, he's sitting on the opposite side of the fire, his face hidden in the shadows of a hood. His silence is unnerving. You begin to regret allowing the stranger into your camp. Maybe saying something would help ease the tension?
Well, I was not expecting voice acting. That's exciting. But back to what I was saying, if you haven't watched or played the original Atom, I know a guy. He's played through the game a couple of times on his channel. Alright, quiet night, isn't it?
The stranger looks away, up from the fire, and stares directly at you. Or at least it feels like he's staring. You cannot make out his face. Yes, no wind, he says in a calm and very soothing voice. A moment later, he asks, are you traveling from far away?
Yeah, life sends me to places far and wide.
As it does to us all. The man is quiet again, but then throws a dry stick into the flames. Sparks fly up like a cloud of fireflies into the cold heavens as he asks, did you hear what happened in Krasnoznameni? It's a city to the west of here. You feel a strange urge to tell him the truth. Who knows why? Perhaps telling someone about your adventures will make them more real. Maybe even grant them some kind of meaning.
The Krasno stands as it always has. Nothing changes in that place.
Nothing changes, huh? Nothing is eternal under the moon and the stars. This is true for Krasnoznameni as well. The stranger tugs at the peak of his hood and sinks deeper into the unkempt heap of clothing. Maybe you can tell me what happened to Dan, that wily old crook, leader of the factory gang.
Okay, so it looks like these options are dependent on what you do in your original playthrough if you import your character. He's alive and well, as far as I know.
That's good, the man says with a slight shiver. Silence once again descends upon your small camp until the sound of a wolf howling arises in the distance, and you look fearfully around. Danger lurks in every corner of the wastes, and it pays to be cautious. Why then did you so calmly choose to share your campfire with this odd fellow, a man you know nothing about? As if on cue, the stranger starts asking, what do you know about a lovely little village near Krasnoznameni called Trudograd?
Yeah, so this, yeah, it is dependent on your choices, because you can put someone else in charge of Trudograd if you want to. So I wonder what happens if you make a new character in this game. I wonder if it gives you like a list of options. But since I imported, it's taken my canon ending and importing it into this game. Katya Redchenko is a leader out there. She used to run the village tavern.
You cannot fathom why you're sharing everything that happened 2 years ago with this stranger. It's as if an unseen force is compelling you to speak the truth. Or perhaps this force is somehow turning lies into truth. What happened to the trading hub called Paragon? Can you tell me that?
Paragon is doing well. It's growing.
Glad to hear not all is lost in that corner of the wastes. The man stretches his arms up as if to pluck a low-hanging star. Tell me, who did you share your travels with back then? I know it's kind of a personal question, but indulge me, please.
I mean, all three of these guys. I guess Fidel was with us the longest. I traveled with Fidel, the infiltration agent.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Anyone else?
Why are you sorry? What happened to him? I don't remember what the epilogue said about Fidel. The former writer Hexogen.
Once known as Trudograd. Yeah, I've heard of him. Anyone else?
My colleague Alexander.
The worm guy, huh? Is that everyone?
Yeah, he is the worm guy. That's it.
The man nods and again gazes down into the fire. You take a drink from your water flask and hold it out to share. He shakes his head no. 5 hard minutes of silence follow until you've had your fill of waiting and guessing. You lean forward, focus exactly on the darkness within the man's cowl, and in a stern voice, ask,
Who am I talking to? Introduce yourself.
over the years, people have given me many different names, your guest states without emotion. But isn't it true that names, like other words, have no intrinsic meaning? Words are senseless, unless living people recall them and give them purpose. Thus, when we meet again, I will once more become nameless.
Oh no. Could this be? No, actually, you know what? Yeah, get your weapon.
Of its own accord, your companion's hood slides limply away. But its absence reveals not a human head, but a glowing, undulating sphere of crimson fire. A deadly star. You yelp aloud, for a moment willing yourself to run, but already the night has vanished, dissolved in the haunting red glow. Never again shall you be able to hide from the invisible gaze of your nightmarish guest. That gaze is cruel and indifferent, and the lands it oversees are barren, burnt down to nothing but ashes and splinters of stone. You are so entranced by the endless landscape of utter obliteration that at first you do not notice how your own body has started burning. You are ablaze on the inside, like a bunch of cinders twisted into human form. And the wild, frigid winds scatter your ashes across the surface of the dead earth.
Darn, that was some nightmare. Dear player, Adam Team sincerely thanks you for supporting Adam RPG Trudograd in early access. Please accept this small gift we made for you. It is called the Veterans Pack. It contains brand new items such as Officer's Uniform, Adam Veterans Medal, and a very helpful thermos to keep your character warm on your snowy adventure. Support means the world to us. Thank you for your trust, and let there be Adam. Alright, so we have some armor. Go ahead and equip that. Alright, I'm gonna adjust the sound a little more. Seems a little loud. Oh, nope. Take out the portable radio you were given back at base. Don the earpiece and turn the dial. Sounds like HQ calling to confirm you made it into the city. Come in. Come in. Gosh darn it. Can you hear me? Checking in. This is Donnie. I hear you loud and clear. Over. Hello? This is Vasily, the communications specialist. What the... Static drowns out the operator's voice again. Okay, now it's working. This is communications specialist Vasily. 2104. Do you read me? Over. Loud and clear. This is Donnie. Over. Oh, we have contact. Hey there, Donnie. How's it going? Are you in Trudograd yet? Over. Yes, I'm in Trudograd. I stopped at an inn on the outskirts of the city and slept. I'm awake and ready to go. Over. Instead of a reply, the radio produces another storm of white noise. You remove your earpiece and listen at a distance. Soon the static dies down, you catch a few more words from HQ. Not gonna lie, I couldn't make out any of that, but I hope you're doing good. Just don't get into any trouble. Everyone on the base is rooting for you. And no wonder. After what happened in the Central Wastes, you're something of a hero in Adam. Even a hero has to follow protocol. I need to remind you of your objectives in Trudograd. Over. If that's the protocol, over. Your first and most important mission is to find the railgun. It should be located inside the inverter factory. Although our intel suggests the factory is now a ruin, the railgun is quite a bit bigger than a water pistol, so I doubt it's lost. It's probably still standing wherever they left it. Your second mission is to find Professor Goryachev, the head engineer on the railgun project. According to some admittedly older, 4 years old, intelligence, he's still living somewhere in the city. These are your objectives for the time being. Use your portable computer if you need to refresh your memory again. It's very useful and stores all kinds of information, including your personnel file and a journal program. Over. Alright. I'll check it on the hour. I'm checking it right now. Got anything important to say? Over. A burst of fresh static covers up the reply. Just let me finish briefing this goof, and then we'll take a smoke break. Oh, Donnie, you still there? I need to repair this hunk of junk radio. Remember you have amber level clearance, so you can always contact us yourself. Good luck out there. Over and out. Hold on. Is there anything else I need to know? Over. Hope you did a good job of hiding the equipment we gave you, like in a closet or something. Anyway, the communication array is busted, so I can barely read you. Over and out. Over and out. Turn off the radio. Alright, press K. Got it. Well, it's a lot more detailed. Alright, so the army hat gives us plus 15 speechcraft and plus 10% cold resist. Jam the door of the closet holding your room key. It's an unfortunate mistake, but not deadly. Alright. What a comical situation. I need to pick this lock in order to grab a key for another lock. What? Alright, hold on. Well, how do I collect all? It changed the UI. Okay. Let's take a look at what we just grabbed. So, Zulbar's photo. Aw. So Zulbar's was the dog companion in the first game. It's a photograph of your old battle brother who became a father. An Atom Veteran Medal. Medal of the Atom Organization, awarded for special merit, plus 2 skill points per level and plus 1 personality. Works for me. Officer hat versus an army hat. Uses more cold resist but less speechcraft. And the Hesperus Star Phenomenon. The small book is written by some Alexei Arzamasov and printed in one of the Trudograd printing houses. The Hesperus Star Phenomenon intrigues many modern scientists. What is it? Where did it come from? Is it really a star? Sadly, due to our current technologically reduced state, we cannot answer these questions with any certainty, as is the case with any matter requiring advanced technology. According to one prominent theory, the Hesperus star is a red dwarf like Arcturus or Aldebaran. That is, a new star unknown to modern science. The temperature and core density of which suddenly grew so high, its helium layer began to burn. Among the less educated communes, such as Krasno, people associate Hesperus with the planet Venus, and grant it supernatural qualities. For example, according to some beliefs, the so-called star is responsible for recent climate changes. If someone sees it glowing exceptionally bright, they'll enjoy either great luck or great misfortune, depending on the region spawning the belief. In scientific terms, such superstitions are described as magical thinking. Equally outrageous, some believe the Hesperus star to be an alien ship, a space station, the Eye of God, etc. There's also a third theory, that Hesperus is a small celestial body dragged into the sun's orbit, in other words, an asteroid. Most astronomers agree on this. Nearly half of them believe the asteroid to be benign, while others think it is on collision course with Earth. Each side has its own arguments, and we are nowhere near a definitive conclusion. But whomever is in the right, Hesperus star is already deeply rooted in our post-war culture, be it in superstitions, science, literature, or apocalyptic cult doctrines. Yeah, so the Hesperus star is the asteroid, or the red star, that we're here to put a stop to. Alright, so it looks like we can put hot beverages in our thermos to help combat the cold. So handy pre-war invention, especially useful during cold winters. It actually keeps beverages hot. And then Atom Officer Uniform. Atom Uniform jacket with the Army Major insignia, woolen trousers with fleece lining, and leather boots with fur lining. Plus 20% cold resist, and plus 3 skill points per level. Okay, so it replaces our costume. We also have the hiker set, which gives us 12% cold resist. Alright, neat. That's right, we have to equip the key. I remember. Alright, so we start off by looting everybody's stuff. Like any good RPG. Not trying to steal anything. It doesn't say that I can't, it just says that I'm failing. There we go. Couple of old boots. Waste paper. Some people in here we can talk to later. Finish looting before we do that. Special weight set. We installed on melee weapons to increase the force of the blow. I'll use it with a battle gauntlet and a boom glove. The floor sweeping lady gives you an intense look. Gently shakes her head and returns to her cleaning without saying a word. What's going on? What do you mean? Please don't interrupt my work. The woman pouts and turns away. This conversation is going nowhere. Okay then. She can see me go into her room from all the way over there. Okay, well, that's fair. Alright, let's talk to these fine people. Wonder if they'll get mad if I steal from their closet. Some ammo, a flash suppressor, can be used with pistols and SMG. So weapon attachments are also new. A friendly warning. All suspected thieves will be severely beaten. Coming from the child, I think. I stand before you as a well-dressed fellow with many rings and heavy gold. And a heavy gold, or possibly polished copper chain. He looks you up and down, looks at his tongue, and gestures at his nearby women. Here to have some fun. Or came here to have some fun. It depends on what you call fun. I'm a pimp, baby. Dandelion the Pimp is what they call me. Would you like my beauties to keep you company while you're in Trudograd? No problem if you have the dosh. I have to ask a couple of questions first. I don't know why, but I like you. Ask away. I'll do my best to answer. What can you tell me about Trudograd? Let me tell you. This world is a cold and hostile place. The amount of metaphorical firewood needed to keep everybody safe and warm is limited. Trudograd has the biggest bonfire in the region. Keeps all the Trudegradians happy. But keep in mind everybody loves a bonfire, especially those who got the short end of the stick. And your point is? People quickly get accustomed to the easy living here. They tend to forget how they used to fight over things like food and clean water, and take things by force from anyone weaker. If you ever start to get a bit too comfortable, you might end up in a ditch, trying to breathe through a brand new slit in your neck. I'm exploring employment opportunities. In that case, you come to the right place. Don't worry, the task at hand is unconnected to my main area of work. So you interested, baby? She wouldn't call me baby. Sure, why not? What's the task? Actually, let's see what he has for sale. Watermelon tincture. Gives you +1 luck, but -1 to attention, dexterity, and strength. No thank you. But you know what? I don't need this. I'm looking for the flash suppressor. I don't see that. Always keep some rope on you. We do have a Soviet army knife. I don't remember picking that up. This clown Valerian Tulipov owes me 500. Make that 700 including interest rubles. That's a lot of moolah. You're supposed to pay me back today, but unsurprisingly, the slimy jerk disappeared. I'm starting to get a little concerned. His wife might know where he is. Her address is 9 Kolatushkin Street. All my usual enforcers are busy right now. That's why I'm outsourcing this project to an expert freelancer. You. Don't blush, and tell you're a seasoned adventurer. What can you tell me about Valerian? He's your average Trudogradian knuckle-dragger. Back when famine stalked these streets, the city organized food runs, the so-called expeditions. Valerian used to go out with the crew. That's why the city pays him a pension. He survives on government handouts, the money he stole during his years on the job. How come he owes money to a pimp? Ah, he has a weakness for the ladies. Or perhaps on the contrary, he's extraordinarily strong. Depends on your point of view. The guy stops by here every now and again. My prices are quite reasonable, especially compared to the official brothel. Okay, what else should I know about him? What else? Yeah, it's coming back to me now. Curious coincidence. Some rough cats were passing through here a while ago. One of my girls mentioned they were asking about Valerian. I didn't think much of it. Figured they must be friends of his. But maybe it's not that simple. What else did she say? Who was looking for him? Don't know. According to her, they had a northern accent, but were still polite. That's a rarity in this day and age. In any case, the only lead we have is Tulipop's wife, Ruda. Go talk to her at their house on Kulatushkin Street. It's an easy job, and of course I'll pay you for your time. Do you girls get a lot of clients here? They get enough. A lot of travelers, traders, and other decent folk come to the city. My beauties help them relax. I care to share some juicy gossip with me. There's a rumor in certain circles that the owner of this hotel is into some shady stuff. I try not to think about it too much. After all, who isn't involved in so-called shady dealings these days? I see. Can we change the subject? As you wish, what else is on your mind? Nope, that's it. Nothing else. See you later. I don't get paid to talk. Neither does she. Alright. She might be far enough away that I can get inside her room now. Let's quick save. Grab everything that we can. At the very least, we can sell it. One of the upsides to being a melee build is I can sell all the ammunition that I find. At least until I find a companion that uses ammunition. We got nothing to it. Or stuff I can sell. Glass and climate of Trudograd. So plus 7% cold resist and plus 7 survival. I don't really care for survival. So Climate of Trudograd, a small book which, according to a brief reference on the title page, was printed by order of the city government. Before the war, Trudograd's climate was mild, with very little rainfall and a high rate of evaporation. East, southeasterly, and northeasterly winds were very common, with quite arid winds in the summer months. This type of climate was common to the semi-arid desert zones. After the war, the city's humidity increased exponentially. This was most probably due to excessive flooding and the transformation of riverside lands to swamp. The exact reasons behind this change are unknown. At the moment, climate in the city outskirts is continental, with hot summers average of 25 to 30 degrees Celsius in mid-June, with a maximum recorded temperature of 50 degrees Celsius. And long cold winters, -1 to -2 degrees Celsius in mid-January on average, the lowest recorded temperature of -20 degrees Celsius. Trudograd scientists remain vigilant and carefully track all available climate data. They're also developing new ways of controlling weather in the region. So what is this? Let's see, 5 to 18, 9 to 26. That is a straight upgrade. Actually, what are the crit chances for these? Does it say? Chance to ignore armor 20% and crit chance plus 4%. And chance to ignore armor 10%, yeah. Use this heavy army knife. Alright. Oh no, we still have some time. Keep exploring and see what else we can do. They won't mind us going back here and grabbing food. Yep, no one seems to care yet. Nope, he does it. He does. Alright, well, let's talk to the cook. Be a good place to end, I think. A thin, grim-looking man wearing a doctor's hat wanders the small kitchen. He holds a metal spatula aloft with such grace you think it was a royal scepter. I don't have time for chit-chat. No problem. Tell me your name and we'll call it a day. You won't leave me alone until I do, huh? Look at my hat. I'm a cook, not a doctor. Sobekin the cook. Nice to meet you. Farewell. Nice to meet you. I'll leave you be. Except for I do want to talk to you again. The cook jumps between a variety of different pots and pans, completely focused on his job. But despite all the fire, steam, and smoke, the only dishes he seems to be cooking are strange-smelling soup and salt pork. Would you answer a few questions for me? Not even one, probably. Can you see I'm busy? The cook lifts a lid from one of the pots, and the kitchen is immediately filled with mouth-watering, yet unusual aromas. You recognize a sense of brown beans, car batteries, sawdust, sauerkraut, and existential dread. All this together reminds you of an Adam mess hall. I can't barter with him. I must constantly salt the soup, add vinegar, and keep it well stirred. Your very presence is keeping me from my duties. I won't pester you any longer. See ya. Oh, we tried. Now, can I take these glasses? Nope. Or can't. I do want to get in there. There's some decent art on the wall. Look at them go. Want to say something? I'm gonna bury them in tomatoes, then I'll add some ground pepper, cream cheese, a lot of wine. I will talk to this guy. The middle-aged man with graying temples gives you a friendly wink. As you approach, he extracts a deck of cards from his pocket with a business-like air. And what a deck it is! Instead of the traditional suits there are weird pictures, icons, numbers, and short inscriptions. Welcome to the city. How about celebrating your arrival with a little bomba gun match? We don't even need to wager if you're out of practice. Tell me more about this bomba gun. It's the most popular card game in Trudograd, a cultural legacy created by Zoris Simonov, a gifted caricaturist and prisoner of conscience. While the Northerners fiddle around with rummy and poker, primitive games of chance, the wise men of Trudograd solve strategic dilemmas that would baffle Admiral Nelson himself. If you're unfamiliar with bomba gun, I won't let you go without at least teaching you the basics. We can do this next time. Nah, not interested. I gotta go. Yeah, we'll learn bomba gun, I think, in the next episode, and then we'll speak to him and the other patrons of the bar, or the inn, and make our way forward. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.